from Abhasra Brahmaloka. Abhasra Brahmaloka. Abhasra Brahma came down to this empty land. When they contact each other, what is the language? What language they use? According to the Digha Nikaya, Madhika Vega, Ekinya Sutra, clearly explained. Very beginning of this war, Abhasra Brahma came down from there. Abhasra Loka to this war, they contact each other in the Pali language. Wonderful history. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, Pali language is most important for Buddha Sasana. All of our Buddha, Kakusanda Buddha also speak in Pali. Konagamana Buddha also speak in Pali. Kassapa Buddha, Varma Buddha speak in Pali. Mentioned in this Atagata, Bhatika Vega Atagata, Ekinya Sutra, especially mentioned, even in the Brahma war, all of Pinchawokara, complete the Pinchakanda, Pinchokara Brahma Loka, still in speaking Pali language now. Therefore, Pali di Pali, Buddha Vachanam Pali di Pali. Pali means Buddha Vachanam, systematically guarded, well guarded, systematically guarded Buddha Vachanam. Therefore, Buddha Vachanam spread all over the Asia, all over the Asia. In Myanmar, very famous scholar, Namol Sayadaw, Usaka Pala, wrote a book. In his book, Buddhist Geographical, Buddhist Geography. In his book, mentioned all over Asian country, Pali language spread all over. Not only the Pali language, Buddha's Vachana also spread all over the Asian country. Therefore, our Asian country is a real country. Nowhere country, nowhere continent. Nowadays, we are gathering nowhere continent conference. This is a Buddhist summit. My dear brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, Buddha Bia said, Samagati Mula Basa Sambuddha Sabi Bajari Vyamano Sabi Sudalava Vyamano Vyamano. Please mindful. Vyamano, no Vyamano. Vyamano, Brahma, nobleman. And Panchawakara Brahma spoke this Pali language nowadays. Therefore, Pali literature is really classical language in this Buddhist world. Pali means a guarded and a keeper. It is the guardian of the Buddha Vachana, only protector of the Buddha Vachana. Buddha Vachana is the word of the teaching of the Buddha, which is Tipika, Sutanta, Vinaya, Abhidhamma. These three Tipikas are called Buddha Vachana in Pali language. Pali di Pali. Well guarded through the 2,500 years of journey. First Garik Sangha Council was called in India, but in Rajgiri. Second council was called in Vaishali. Third council was called in Padana, Badaliputra. Fourth council in Sri Lanka. Fifth and sixth council in our country. In every Buddhist council, all Sangitis, all Sangayana, we use a Buddhist language only. This is Pali language only, not any other language in Sangayana. So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and sisters, in conclusion, we say the concepts of graduation system in Buddhism, the Buddha Dhamma, guardianship of the Buddha Dhamma, reflect the deep respect, responsibility toward preserving and protecting the spiritual and cultural heritage and decay Pali. Just as a well-guarded treasure, the teaching of the Buddha are cherished and kept safe for future generation in Pali. So this comprehends not only the Asian Summit, but also we should say Aryan Continent Summit. Main subject is Pali literature is the well-guarded Buddha Savasana through the 2,600 years of journey. Therefore, Pali literature is a really classical literature of the India. Thank you all.
We are grateful to the most venerable Sitago Yadav, Dr. Ashin Nanisure, for this special address on recognition of Pali as a classical Indian language. May I now request Union Minister for Culture and Tourism, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, for his address, please.
नमो तस्य भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा संबुद्धस्य. Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, Honorable Minister of Parliamentary and Minority Affairs, my dear friend Shri Kiran Rijiju ji, Chancellor Sitagu International Buddhist Academies, Myanmar, Most Venerable Saida Dr. Ashin Nainisara ji, Secretary General of IBC, Sharaste Khensu Rinpoche, Jagchup Choedin ji, Venerable Sangha members and esteemed delegates. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, I extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you to this historic First Asian Buddhist Summit 2024. We gather here in the sacred land of Bharat, where the Tathagata attained supreme enlightenment and set the Dharma wheel in motion. We extend our deepest gratitude to the Honorable President of India for honoring us with her presence today despite her demanding schedule. She joins us embodying her steadfast commitment to the Buddha's teaching of peace and harmony. Today, her presence is a true inspiration, reinforcing India's dedication to the values of compassion, wisdom, and unity that this summit cherishes. As the Buddha said in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Yena keni ananda dhammancha navanayancha deepa navahara yassanti tayam pajjam machayen. Those who live having the Dhamma and Vinay as their right, as their refuse, will be my true heirs. In true sense, the Buddha Dhamma is a way of life. It preaches the very philosophy of life, how to live a life in peace, happiness, and harmony within the share, the same with compassion, loving kindness, and equanimity with the society and community. All of us as human beings, whether Buddhist and non-Buddhist, alike can find inspiration in the Buddha's message of honesty, compassion, and respect for all living things. Today we stand united as inheritors of this profound legacy. India as a Janmabhoomi, the birthplace of Buddha Dhamma, reaffirms its commitment to strengthening the Dhamma Setu, the Buddhist bridge connecting Asian nations, preserving and developing Buddhist heritage sites, promoting Buddhist and Pali studies and research, supporting international Buddhist cultural exchange, and facilitating Buddhist pilgrimage circuits. The presence of Buddhist leader, erudite scholars from across the Asian countries symbolizes the living tradition of Buddha Dhamma that continues to guide humanity towards peace, wisdom, and compassion. As we face global challenges, the middle path and four noble truths of the Buddha offer timeless solutions. This summit aims to foster Buddhist diplomatic relations, address contemporary social issues through Buddhist perspectives, strengthen cultural bonds between Buddhist nations, promote Buddhist tourism and pilgrimage, and preserve ancient Buddhist manuscripts and artifacts. Let us remember the Buddha's words from Dhammapada, Dullabho Purisajanjo, Nasor Sabbatha Jayati, Dalayatha Sojayati Dhiro, Tankulam Sukhamedati. Hard to find is a person of great wisdom. Such a person is not born everywhere. Where such a wise person is born, that family prospers. The First Asian Buddhist Summit 2024 represents a unique opportunity to bring together the diverse voices of Buddha Dhamma across Asia. By fostering dialogue, addressing contemporary challenges, and promoting the rich cultural heritage of Buddha Dhamma, the summit aims to contribute to a more compassionate, sustainable, and peaceful world. Through collective reflection and action, the summit aspires to strengthen the role of Buddha Dhamma in the modern era and ensure its enduring relevance for future generations. May this summit strengthen our shared Buddhist heritage and contribute to global peace and harmony. With these words, I welcome all of you in this conference, in this summit. Namo Buddhaya. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Union Minister Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will witness a short cultural performance based on the teachings of Lord Buddha. This is being presented by Anveshna Society for Performing Arts. The concept, direction and choreography is by Sangeeta Sharma.
Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without.
Peace comes from within. This was the cultural performance by Sangeeta Sharma and her intro. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to make our humble request to Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, to deliver her keynote address. Honorable President of India.
Union Minister for Culture and Tourism, Sri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, Union Minister for Parliamentary Affairs and Minority Affairs, Sri Kiran Rijiju ji, Most Venerable Sitagu Sadhok Dr. Asil Nainasar ji, Secretary General International Buddhist Confederation, Saratse Kensur Rinpoche Jongchung Choyodен, monks and delegates from Asian countries, distinguished guests, let the flowers offered to the Buddha here spread the fragrance of our goodwill in all directions. Let the lamp we have lit here spread the light of wisdom. I am delighted to be here today, and I see before me a cross-section of the modern-day Sangha. Many of you have come here from far-away places. You speak different languages. You are wearing robes of different colors and shades, but all of you are united in your striving for Dhamma, walking on the paths shown by the Buddha. It is my honor to welcome you all to India and to this summit. The International Buddhist Confederation, or IBC in short, must be commended for organizing this two-way conference. The themes chosen for the summit, the role of Buddha Dhamma in strengthening Asia, is age after age, it is timely. Over these 2 days, you monks, scholars, and practitioners will engage in dialogues and discussions about the Buddha Dhamma and its role in contemporary society. India is the blessed land of Dharma. Here, in every age, there have been great masters and mystics, seers and seekers who have shown humankind a way to find peace inside and harmony outside. The Buddha holds a unique place among these pathfinders. The enlightenment of Siddhartha Gautama under the Bodhi tree in Buddha Gaya is an event unparalleled in history. He not only attended incomparably rich insights into the working of the human mind, he also chose to share them with all people in the spirit of Bahujana Sukhayo, Bahujana Hitayo Cho, for the welfare of the masses. For 45 years after his enlightenment, he went from place to place preaching the Dharma. He took his message to a variety of audiences, kings and artisans, men and women, monks and lay people. To spiritually involved people, he explained the causes and conditions that shape human experience. To ordinary people, he taught how to lead a moral life. What is Buddha Dhamma? Ashok, the great emperor who shunned violence after embracing Buddhism, had this definition of it carved on a pillar. And what is Dhamma? It is having few faults and many good deeds, mercy, charity, truthfulness, and purity. Unquote. Over the centuries, it was only natural that different practitioners would find different meanings in the Buddha's discourages, and thus there arose a variety of sects. In broad classifications, today we have Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana traditions, with many schools and sects within each of them. Moreover, such flowers of the Buddha Dharma proceeded in many directions over different periods of history. In one way, it was transmitted to Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Cambodia, Indonesia, and other places in Southeast India. Another wave took the words of wisdom to Tibet and Nepal, and then to China, Mongolia, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and elsewhere. While their interpretation of the Tathagata's message differ widely, what must be noted is that there is no contradiction among them. The Buddha's first discourse at Sarnath near Varanasi remains fundamental, and layers of further and further refined understanding of it are added to it. This spread of Dhamma over all expanding geographical area created a community, a larger Sangha. In essence, India, the land of the Buddha's enlightenment, is at its center. But what is said about God is also true about this larger Buddhist Sangha. That its center is in everywhere and circumference nowhere. This is all the more true because apart from Southern Buddhism and Northern Buddhism, it has also been spreading in the only remaining direction in the last 2 centuries, and it has come to known as Western Buddhism. Dear friends, when the world today is facing an existential crisis on many fronts, not only strife but also the climate crisis, your large community has much to offer to humankind. The various schools of Buddhism show the world how to counter narrow sectarianism. Their central message remains focused on peace and non-violence. If one word can capture the Buddha Dhamma, it has to be karuna, or passion, which is what the world needs today. As the theme of the summit has captured it well, we need to discuss the role of Buddha Dhamma in strengthening Asia. Indeed, we need to expand the discussion to see how Buddha Dharma can bring peace, real peace, to Asia and to the world, a peace free from not only physical violence, but also from all forms of greed and hatred. The two mental forces at the root of all our miseries, according to the Buddha. India has and will continue to do all it can to partner with you in this endeavor, just as you too have contributed to it. Here I am thinking of the preservation of the Buddha's teachings and how it has been a great collective endeavor for all of us. His precious words would have been lost after his Parinirvana, but it was an assembly of monks held in Rajgir who preserved his message for posterity. Eventually, his followers collected his discourses in the Tipitaka. It was first set down in the verbal form, transmitted from generation to generation, and it too might have been lost. Monks in Sri Lanka set it down in writing on palm leaves. Later, when the great library of Nalanda was destroyed, many texts could be recovered from the Tibetan and Chinese translations. This is what makes Buddhist literature a truly shared heritage for us. You will be glad to learn that we have continued such efforts in this century too. It was only last month that the Government of India granted the status of classical language to Pali and Prakrit, among other languages. While Sanskrit has already been included in that category, Pali and Prakrit will now receive financial support, which will surely contribute significantly to the preservation of their literacy and treasures and to their revitalization. This summit, I am confident, will go a long way in strengthening our cooperation based on our shared heritage of the Buddha's teachings. I am sure you will have a fruitful dialogue over the next 2 days. Let me end by extending the invitation to those of you who have come from abroad to visit the National Museum here and also the places in the Buddhist circuit for a view of the rich Buddhist heritage. May Dhamma bring joy and happiness to all. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Grateful to the Honorable President of India. Please rise for the national anthem. You all are requested to rise for the national anthem. Ladies
and delegates from Asian countries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let the flowers offered to the Buddha here spread the fragrance of our goodwill in all directions. Let the lamp we have lit here spread the light of wisdom. I am delighted to be here today, and I see before me a cross-section of the modern-day Sangha. Many of you have come here from far-away places. You speak different languages. You are wearing robes of different colors and shades. But all of you are united in your striving for Dhamma, walking on the paths shown by the Buddha. It is my honor to welcome you all to India and to this summit. The International Buddhist Confederation, or IBC in short, must be commended for organizing this two-way conference. The themes chosen for the summit, the role of Buddha Dhamma in strengthening Asia, is age after age, it is timely. Over these 2 days, you monks, scholars, and practitioners will engage in dialogues and discussions about the Buddha Dhamma and its role in contemporary society. India is the blessed land of Dharma. Here, in every age, there have been great masters and mystics, seers and seekers who have shown humankind a way to find peace inside and harmony outside. The Buddha holds a unique place among these pathfinders. The enlightenment of Siddhartha Gautama under the Bodhi tree in Buddha Gaya is an event unparalleled in history. He not only attended incomparably rich insights into the working of the human mind, he also chose to share them with all people in the spirit of Bahujana Sukhayo, Bahujana Hitayo Cho, for the welfare of the masses. For 45 years after his enlightenment, he went from place to place preaching the Dharma. He took his message to a variety of audiences, kings and artisans, men and women, monks and lay people. To spiritually involved people, he explained the causes and conditions that shape human experience. To ordinary people, he taught how to lead a moral life. What is Buddha Dhamma? Ashok, the great emperor who shunned violence after embracing Buddhism, had this definition of it carved